Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Yunisa. I'm from Accounting 23A. I'm going to explain about perception and decision making. In this slide, I will explain the concept of in everyday life, people constantly receive information from their surroundings. This information is interpreted through a process called perception. Perceptions help individuals understand situations, events, and other people in their environment. After interpreting this information, individuals then make decisions based on how they perceive the situation. Because of this, perception and decision making are closely related process. In organization, manager can an employee use perception and decision making when solving problem, planning strategy, and responding to challenge in the workplace. Definition of perception. Perception can be defined as the process through which individuals select, organize, and interpret information from their environment. Through perception, people try to understand what is happening around them. However, perception is not always completely accurate because it can be influenced by personal experience, expectation, and emotion. For example, two employees may observe the same situation in the workplace but interpret it differently because they have different background or experience. They show how perception is subjective and can vary from one person to another. Factors affecting perception. Several factors can influence how individuals perceive situation or information. One important factor is personal characteristics such as personality, attitude, past experience, and expectation. These factors shape how individuals interpret the information they receive. Another factor in the situation or environment in which the perception occurs, for example, the workplace atmosphere, organizational culture, and communication style can influence how employees perceive certain events. In addition, the characteristic of the object of person being observed can also affect perception. For instance, appearance, communication style, and behavior may influence how others interpret a situation. Decision making. Decision making is the process of choosing the best option among several available alternatives. In organization, decision making is very important because affect the success of individual, teams, and the entire organization. The decision-making process usually involves several steps. First, individuals identify a problem or situation that require information to understand the issue better. Third, they evaluate different alternatives or possible solutions. Finally, they select the most appropriate option and implement the decision. Effective decision making requires careful analysis and critical thinking. Relationship between perception and decision making. Perception plays significant role in decision making because the way individuals interpret information influence the decision they make. On the other hand, when individuals have accurate and objective perception, they are more like or analyze problem, effectively manage and make better decisions. Conclusion. In the conclusion, perception and decision making are two important processes that are closely connected in organizational behavior. Perception helps individuals enter and understand information from their environment, while Decision making help them choose the most appropriate action. Okay, thank you for listening. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.